What's up, guys? This is Stickside. I'm Zan,
I'm Greg.
and this is a podcast directed towards high school lacrosse players that are interested in figuring out a little more about each collegiate division, trying to figure out what you want to do in the future. Um, I'm from Maryland. I went to Hartford Community College. Actually, who we're going to talk to today, and now I'm currently at St. Leo.
Uh, I'm Greg. I'm from Toronto, Canada. Uh, I've played lacrosse since I was about 3 years old. I went to Everest Academy for high school. I play Toronto Beaches Junior A lacrosse, and I also go to St. Leo University. Um, so now we're going to get into our first guest, Coach V, who actually coached Zan at Hartford Community College.
Yep.
And let's get into it.
This is Aaron Verardi from Hartford Community College. He's going to be taking us through JUCO and what it's like to be a JUCO coach. He was actually fortunate enough to be my former coach, so we can talk about that a little bit too.
Maybe unfortunate.
Of course, yeah.
And so could you kind of just talk about like what is junior college? Like what's that route like?
Yeah. So junior college is basically you're starting your college career, but I like to think of it as kind of the midway between high school and college for some guys. And then for other guys, it might be kind of like a place to take a step back and kind of get themselves in a better position to continue their college careers too. So we get guys from high school, but we also get guys that maybe transfer in from 4-year schools. So in a lot of ways, it's sort of like this, a place where they can kind of be put on a platform to kind of reset things in their life, kind of give themselves a little bit of a resume boost, maybe academically on the field, and just kind of develop at the same time. So you're kind of improving as a person, and then, at the same time being put in a position to get more opportunities, so that you can eventually go to a 4-year college. Academically, it's your first 2 years of college is how it's kind of set up. So a lot of guys go for what's called an associate's degree, and that's usually around 60 credits. So it's kind of that midway point toward your bachelor's degree. And what that does is it allows, the students to have a kind of a set amount of credits that they can take with them into a 4-year school, so that they can continue on and work toward their bachelor's degree. So it's really just, I think a great resource. All of these community colleges are usually in some way they're state funded. So it's for the community. I know as far as athletics goes, we all recruit, and some just kind of go with what's in their backyard, and some kind of go outside of that and try and find, anyone who can really benefit from the school part and the level itself.
So like, what do you look at when you're trying to recruit players? Because I'm sure it's kind of hard because you don't know, like some people in high school, like they don't think they're going to go the JUCO route, I guess. So what do you try to like provide them or like feed them that they make them want to like attract them?
Right. Yeah. So like no one is, an 8-year-old dreaming of one day playing at Hartford Community College. So it's really, it's not a first choice. What it is it's kind of a way to help them, achieve their goals long term. What I look for, I was actually talking to a club team about this the other day at their practice, and I was letting them know, like, what are some things that college coaches are looking for, at the 4-year schools. Obviously grades are important. They want to see, what you're like as a teammate. They want to see, obviously, what kind of player you are. There's all these things that they look for. And so almost what I kind of do, I think a lot of junior college coaches do, is they will talk to the coaches at, length and try and see who they can help, like who is really, I guess, who would need it or potentially need it. And in some cases, it may be, completely obvious, like, hey, this is someone that, maybe they struggled their freshman year of high school, or, maybe just have, financial needs. They need to save some money. That's also something I skipped before. But, a lot of times their coaches, either high school coaches or club coaches, are going to kind of give me the intel that I need to know if they really are a candidate for us. I look for guys that have potential. I always tell our players here, like, when I recruit you, I'm recruiting basically your potential, what I think, you could become, after a year or two at this level, and where maybe we can try and project you might be able to go at a 4-year school. So that's really kind of the criteria I look at is who has the ability, and then maybe they just need a little extra attention in certain ways to help them, mature. Maybe they need to save money. And 4-year schools may just be, a little too expensive for them coming out of high school. So that's usually my route I take. And, but I'd say, just like anybody else, we're looking for guys who have talent that we can develop and work with. And, every junior college is different. I think they all look for, or maybe they approach it a little differently with their recruiting. But, I think that's kind of the general thing you'll find is they're all looking for guys that they can help achieve goals.
Do the out-of-state kids, so to save money, I know in-state it's probably like cheap, but out-of-state, are they getting like scholarship from the school or something, or like they receiving that?
Yeah, they do. So a lot of junior college schools, they might offer scholarship, they may not, like we do here. It's not usually a lot, but it's enough to make it, a little bit more affordable for them. Even out of state, you're usually still paying like half of what a 4-year school would cost, between, tuition itself and then, what ends up being your room and board. Some junior colleges have dorms. I do know like some of the schools in upstate New York have dorms. The schools here in Maryland don't. So a lot of the kids have to kind of find apartments nearby, and kind of link up with their teammates to find housing that way. But yeah, I mean, it's still, it's much cheaper if you're in county. If it's right in your backyard, you're probably going here for, less than $3,000 a year. But even the out-of-state guys, they're probably paying less than $10,000 between housing and tuition on a yearly basis. But some schools have a lot of scholarship money. I don't know like the facts, so I can't really say like what they can give. But I do know that it is something that a lot of schools offer.
Cool. So if I'm not wrong, you guys won the JUCO championship last year, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
So you probably know a thing or two about this. So as a coach, what do you believe the essential qualities are that make a successful lacrosse team?
I think, first of all, they have to be unselfish. I think that's probably the most important thing because, especially when you have a lot of talent, it's really easy for guys to want to be, the center of attention or kind of like get a lot of the points and the accolades. So number one is you got to have a group of guys that are unselfish. Number two, they got to be committed. I think like that's a huge part. Like there's, because of the way the world is now, I don't think like commitment is something that's really stressed a lot, at the high school level and beyond. But I think if you're going to have a successful team, you got to have guys that are committed to sort of this process that, goes on for years. In some cases, with our team last year, we had a group of guys that were together for a couple of years. And so they built up trust, which kind of goes hand in hand with commitment, I think. I think that's really important if you're going to really like stay the course, is to be fully committed to what you're doing, and not let distractions get in the way, because there are so many, and it's really easy to get thrown off that way. So I think unselfishness, commitment, and then work ethic just as a whole. I think along with talent, you can kind of couple those two together. But I think that our team last year just had exceptional work ethic. You had a lot of guys that were doing more than what was required. So we practice every day. We lift multiple times a week, but we still had guys that were finding opportunities on their own to get better too, and they were encouraging their teammates to do that. So I think just everybody continued to improve because of that work ethic.
Awesome.
I was gonna ask, so like, what's kind of, you said like lifting and practicing multiple times a week. Like, what's the off season like compared to regular NCAA or like and the in season too?
Yeah, so I mean, the in season is probably pretty similar to every other level. I'd say most teams, NCAA and junior college are practicing, 5-6 days a week. They're also lifting throughout the season, so I'd say they're probably pretty similar in how you're pretty active when it's the spring and your teams are in season. Out of season, I think it really varies. I know at the NCAA level, divisions 1 and 2 have it a little bit differently from division 3. Division 3, I think, is probably the least active as far as like everyone being together. D1 and D2, I know, have a calendar they can stick to. It's based off a number of weeks. They have like their 20-hour work weeks, and then they have their 8-hour work weeks. In junior college, we have something similar, but I think we actually get a little bit more out of our fall. Ours actually extends from, you can practice from August 15th until really, I mean, as far as competition goes, you can go into the end of October. And then even after that, you can have like voluntary workouts and, practices after in November, but you can go for 10 weeks in a fall and you can play, you can play other teams and you aren't limited to, you're not limited to like one scrimmage a fall or 2 scrimmages a fall. Like we'll play, 3 or 4 weekends against NCAA teams. And while we do have like a yearly amount of contests that we have to, stick under, I think it's 22, we still, we can break it up however we want. So, our off season is pretty active. We do that purposefully because of 2 reasons. Number one, we really have to almost squeeze like 2 years of team building and chemistry and just getting everyone acquainted into like a semester almost, or 6 months before we really start playing. So we try and get guys opportunities to build, and compete. And then the other thing is, our guys are all trying to get film so that they can get recruited. So playing those scrimmages in the fall allows them to piece film together that they're able to send out to 4-year coaches and kind of begin a little bit of a recruiting process, whether that's after freshman fall or sophomore fall. We just had, we finished our fall ball a few weeks back as far as scrimmages, and we had like 8 games that our guys could use for film and put together. So those are kind of the 2 main reasons we do it. And I'd say that we are allowed as much or even more time with guys maybe than like NCAA schools, definitely more than Division III, I'd say. But we do have our limits. I mean, at the same time, we don't go crazy. We don't do like 40-hour weeks. We're not doing 20-hour weeks year round. I mean, we give our guys their time, to focus on their schoolwork and whatever else they need in those months between fall ball and the spring.
All right. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I don't think we talked about it, but how did you get into coaching and your playing experience? How did that all transpire?
Yeah. I really just started, I guess we got to backtrack a little bit. I grew up in Baltimore County. I played at UMBC, which is University of Maryland, Baltimore County. And we, it was a lot of Maryland guys. I've, been a lifelong Marylander. I've been in the Baltimore area basically my entire life. Haven't really moved out. Didn't make the trek down to Florida like Zan here.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Boys Latin.
Oh,
School of Maryland. Yep. So but anyway, I was definitely blessed to be able to be coached by, some incredible coaches. I mean, both my high school and my college coach are in the Hall of Fame. They have multiple national championships between the two of them. Was definitely taught a lot of good things while I was in high school and in college, just of like how to do all of this. And then after I graduated, I got a job in sales that, was kind of, it fit, but it also wasn't really, what I was looking to do long term. I think that, I always kind of knew I wanted to be a coach. And so an opportunity came up here, like a half year after I graduated, to be an assistant with a guy that was, here at the time named Hugh Donovan, that was also kind of like re-kickstarting his college coaching career. He was at a couple D1 schools and then started a company and got away from it for a little bit. And he knew somebody who I knew, in the area, and we, linked up, and that was my first real coaching experience was coaching the 2013 Hartford lacrosse team. So I didn't really coach club in college or anything like that. A lot of my buddies did, and they always said like, hey, you might want to get into this, but I was always just kind of like, nah, I'm gonna do my summer job, and that's pretty much it. But I once I got coaching here, just kind of like fell in love with doing it, and obviously love lacrosse, and it turned from loved kind of giving back to the game and coaching lacrosse every day to really like growing an appreciation for this level in particular, and the recruiting side of things, and the like moving guys on to other schools was really cool to me. So it kind of just got me really invested in it here, and here I am 10 years later, still at Hartford. I got bumped up to the head coach like 2 years after that too. So I was 24-year-old getting his first head coaching job at Hartford Community College, and that was definitely a crazy learning experience for sure. But
what was that like compared to like what it is now? Like,
oh, like our team then compared to now? Oh boy, a lot different. That was kind of like, back then was sort of the Hartford was more of almost like a Hartford County like club team to a sense. Like kids came here and they're like, hey, I'm going to Hartford, and like, oh, they have a lacrosse team. Like, great, I guess I'll play for them. And it was just like a ragtag bunch of guys that like, they were great though. Honestly, like some of those guys really, I would love to still like coach them to this day. Just like tough, hardworking. At times I felt bad for them because their teammates weren't giving back the same sort of commitment that they were, but they really stuck it through. Honestly, I think, 4 or 5 of them, had they not been here on that team, I don't know that I still would be here. So definitely, got lucky with a few guys, and they actually moved on and continued their careers. But yeah, now it's a different animal. I mean, we've basically turned it into almost like a 4-year college type of atmosphere.
So would you compare it? Say someone's looking at like a 5th year high school, like Taft or the Hill, or like any of those 5th years. It's basically like the same type of deal, right? Just you have to get your associates here. Can you move on after 1 year?
It's similar motivation. I would say that the guys that go that route, they may be, well, I don't know. There's like reclassing, things like that. It's a similar motivation. You're going somewhere to be put on a different platform, to be able to get recruited. It's so at a junior college, most of the time guys are staying for 2 years. I mean, and that just kind of that's because I think of how things work out. I think a lot of times they go through a year and have a pretty good spring, maybe their freshman year, and then they get some interest, and then they kind of go, wow, I've actually, improved a lot in a year, and I kind of like what I'm looking at now, but let me see if I can push the envelope a little bit in year 2 and see what I can come up with. And usually it ends up, working out pretty well for them. But we've had guys move on after a year. You're not glued here. There's nothing that says you have to get your associates unless you didn't qualify for certain levels of the NCAA out of high school. And so that's where it's kind of like, I'll go back to the recruiting thing where I got to talk to the coach and find out is this guy a qualifier, for NCAA? Well, he qualifies for D2, but maybe doesn't qualify for D1. So, that's where coming to a junior college, if you come here and get your associate's degree and you hit, your core credits, you need a science, some math, 2 Englishes, and you have a 2.5 or a 2.2 or higher, then you're eligible wherever you transfer after that. So that's kind of the benefit of it. A prep year, it's usually guys that are just trying to maybe go and be at a school that offers more than their high school. And because of that, they're going to be put more on like a recruiting platform. There was a time, I know when I was in high school, any kid that was trying to go to maybe one of the academies or like an Ivy League school, they were going there to retake a couple of classes and improve their GPA or maybe get their test scores up so they could get in. I'd argue that now that may still be the case, but also I think a lot of guys, particularly during COVID, seeing all the reclasses, all the kids that were going that route, really just look at it almost the same way that guys look at going junior college, but they don't maybe necessarily want to, use the year of eligibility, and maybe they can afford it. Some of those schools give, scholarships as well, so they can make it work, but, sometimes it's too expensive. And this, I'll definitely find out, from some of those coaches too, guys that were of interest that just found out they couldn't really afford it. So then they want to go this route.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to throw this one on you, Zan. What's your favorite story or memory from Coach?
From Coach Verardi?
Yeah.
I got a few.
Oh boy.
My favorite actually ever one was when we were playing flag football and I screamed something I shouldn't have screamed. And I just looked over and Coach Verardi was beelining it at me, face like bright red. And then eventually we all got kicked out. It was the championship flag football game versus baseball team. The lacrosse kids, we weren't allowed to stand on the field anymore. We got told to get out of the stadium. And then we got on the fence. Everyone got in their car and started laying on the horn. And we started jumping on the fence. And then when the final whistle was over, you started running at us and say, "Everyone on the field for gauntlets." And we got in our car and everybody left.
Yeah,
But
good times.
There's a lot of good stories. I don't know. He's a great coach.
You guys were a bunch of rambunctious. You guys at every sporting event. You were known. Like if basketball had a big game, they were like, "Hey, get your team there." And I was like, "All right, done." Text the group. Everybody'd show up. Some of them would show up, with like costumes on. It'd be like, January or something. And they were just a rowdy bunch, but they were behaved too. They weren't, usually they're pretty behaved. I had to kick them out that one night, but overall they were pretty good. So
that's awesome.
But yeah, he never changes his emotion during the game. It's just him. Shirt, khakis, hiking boots, and a veteran hat, and it's just the same face the whole game.
Yep. Can't get too high or too low, you know?
Yep.
That's awesome. Let's reverse it then. Coach, what's your favorite memory of Zan?
Zan story. Oh my goodness. Where do I start? That was a pretty funny one. That actually would be like one of the good ones. I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back to this one.
There's too many.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I would say.
How about where you rolled your ankle going like all out in three flies that one time? That was fun.
Or when I was injured and I got on the mic for the sixes.
Oh yes, that was good. Yeah, Zan got up there and was the MC. We did a sixes tournament, split our team up and did a little tournament, and Zan, all of a sudden I just start hearing like this commentary coming from the loudspeaker. And I look up and like his comments were, hilarious. I was laughing the whole time. And then I'm pretty sure you got kicked out of there by our SID. She would get out.
Yeah, she was not.
That was awesome. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I remember we were undefeated. We were 7-0 or something, and then she was like, "Why do you think you can do that?" And I was like, "We're 7-0," and then she was like, "What if you were 0-7?" And I was like, "I guess we'll never know." Like,
that was good. Yeah.
No,
honestly, Zan, like every day, Zan would have a couple lines here and there that would always make me laugh. So I just remember every day. Actually, I remember this. Like every day, I would come up, everybody would be huddled, and like I'd ask you guys like the daily message or something, and Zan would just be sitting there like growling at me, like, "Damn, coach!" Just like, what in the world? He was excited, man. Enthusiasm just flowing out of the guy. So.
Crazy kid. Only known him for 3 months, and
you got to be pumped up. You got to be pumped up.
Growling at me.
Yeah. I don't know. If you are looking at Hartford, the run test suck. But I heard it's not really happening anymore.
We didn't do it. We didn't do it at the beginning of the fall. We're doing it actually after Thanksgiving break. So,
okay,
yeah, fun stuff waiting for the Owls after Thanksgiving.
You gonna go back for that one, Zan? Go back for the run test?
No.
Oh, now it's done, man. Yeah, wait. You were out in the first 3 sprints last year.
But the 22-22s. The 22-22s, I almost got that one. I got to like 18.
That was rough. Yeah, I actually changed that, if you recall, after. Yeah, that was not.
It was not. It was like 9 degrees out, and we had to do 22. What is it like? Is it 22 yards?
Yeah, no, you go. It's 30 yards and back twice in 22 seconds, and you do that. You get a rest, like you go in a line, you have 2 people behind you, you rest for 44 seconds, and then you're up again. You do that 22 times.
Only one person passed.
Jay. It was Jay. Yeah. Yep. No, it was definitely challenging. We're going a little lighter this year, but still same effects. So
I'm playing against Ethan Story. Goes to PBA.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Get ready. Buckle up.
Greg's probably gonna have to be go against him.
Is he a pole?
Yeah, he's a pole.
Was he?
He's the guy.
Was he there last year or?
No. He was with us at Hartford.
I'm ready then. I'm
He's
ready for
good,
anything.
He's a good one.
He's good. But yeah, that might be it for Stickside First Podcast.
I like the logo you have. That's StreamYard. What? It's a duck with a.
That's just the website I'm using to record.
I thought that was like a Zan thing, and I was like, "Oh, ducks, Southern Maryland."
Kind of looks like Zan.
What class is this for?
Digital media.
Yeah, digital media.
Who else you got on the lineup? Who else you interviewing?
So the Salisbury assistant coach from Coach Kalama's friend. And then Drake Porter is hooking us up with the Penn State assistant coach.
Which one?
I don't know. It's his friend, he said. But he said last night he said he's gonna get us connected through text.
Did Drake tell you I saw him this like 2 days ago?
No.
Yeah, saw him at a tournament.
Really? Recruiting for Messiah?
Yeah. Yep. We talked for a while.
He's cool. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. No, he likes you. He goes, the Hartford guys, man, they show up and they'll go for 8 hours straight. It's like they might show up 45 minutes late, but when they get there, they're all in. I was like,
Yeah, that was the only problem. We would always be running a little behind.
oh man.
Oh, that stuff's fun though. They like encourage you to like talk like back and forth with the goalies.
Yeah.
This Tornell guy, he was like, dude, why are you shooting it? Like, we were only supposed to be shooting it top right for like the goalies to work on there. And he was like, why are you shooting it top right? Like, it's supposed to be top left. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure like it's top right. And like he like was saying it loud enough to where like one of the guys stopped the drill and he was like, we're doing top right, blah, blah, blah. And he looked at me and I was like, stick to the books, Cornell. I was like, leave lacrosse for us JUCO kids.
Oh my God.
He thought it was funny.
He said the kids from the other schools will be like, my shoulder, but the Hartford guys just keep shooting.
Yeah.
I said, our guys don't feel stuff until like months later. So.
Yeah, I think my shoulder's like permanently like kind of messed up from that shit.
Exactly. I was like, our guys will literally just like run right into a wall and just be like, ouch, you know. Yeah. They don't really care. we don't care about pain. We don't even recognize it.
Yeah.
So how you doing? You got how long in the semester now?
We got until the 17th. That's when I think December 17th is when most of my classes end.
I think I leave the 15th, to be honest.
Yeah, this is our final project. This is
Yeah.
For this class, so if we just get it all done.
Greg, where are you from?
I'm from Canada. I'm from like Toronto area.
I saw the flag in the background.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm from like Toronto area. I went to Everest Academy, if you know what that is.
Yep.
And then I've been at St. Leo for the last 2 years.
Nice.
He knows Walsh, I think, right? You know.
Yeah. I've played against him a couple times, like just in box lacrosse.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever played him in field, but I definitely played him in box in junior A.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good box goalie. I've never really seen him in field, but
He's pretty good.
Yeah. He was good.
He went to Hartford, right?
Yeah, for a season.
Yeah.
Yep. Now he just went pro.
Out of nowhere.
Beast.
He'll play pro. Yeah. No big deal.
Do you guys have a decent amount of kids from Canada this year?
Yeah, we have there's going to be, I think, 5 this year total. So we have 2 here now. We have one from Manitoba, one from Sask, and then we have 3 more coming from Manitoba in the spring.
Oh wow!
Jesus.
They all know Onagi. No, Onagi literally just like went home and was like, "All of you, you're going to Harvard." They all ended up here.
All right, one of them the twins.
Yeah, 2 twins. Yep.
Okay.
Didn't even know they had lacrosse in there.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's like so out of the blue. It's such a small community, but
yeah, my mom grew up in Manitoba, so I know I didn't even know they had lacrosse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's literally, if you think about it from a U.S. standpoint, Zan, it's almost like North Dakota. Like that's where like Onagi is from relative to like where Greg is from. Like,
Arkansas.
Yeah, exactly.
Onagi said in high school he had to go and knock on people's doors and be like, "I'll teach you how to play lacrosse. Join the team so we can have a season."
Yeah. Yep. It's true. But I watched them play their junior B team this summer, and they got some kids. Like, they weren't bad. There's some guy that you guys will probably play. His name's Jackson Kluchuk. He's in I think he goes to one of the D2, maybe Newberry or
okay,
like Lander or Barton, maybe. I don't know. He goes to one of those schools.
That'd be Newberry. Newberry has like 30 Canadian. It's ridiculous. They just pick them up like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And they picked up a pretty good Fogo
from Essex.
Yeah.
Oh boy. No comment. Oh man.
Oh, I saw something I saw their scrimmage versus Virginia Tech.
On the video?
Yeah.
Some quality stuff there.
There it is.
Still brawling, I see.
Yep. They're still fighting. I've only missed one class all year.
Good.
And that was because
I don't know that. Yeah. What is the reason?
the
Now you
nature.
have no excuse. Are you on campus?
No.
You're
not
off
on campus. But
Still screwing up the class.
remember when all those phone alerts were going off?
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to. I turned my phone off, put it across from my room, and went to sleep. I was like, I'm not going to class. I'm not going to be around technology.
This guy, man, we would go in.
Did you email your teacher that, or did you tell them that?
Oh no, because it's a Monsters of Literature class, and this lady fully believes in like vampires and Dracula. I was like, she doesn't even know what's going on. Like, I'm not explaining this to her.
I would walk into the training room and this kid would be like talking to our like trainer about, he's like, this is like 2 weeks before these like phone alerts were gonna go off. And this kid is talking, he's like, don't go outside. I'm literally gonna find a forest and camp there. Like, no technology. No technology. I've like known this kid for like a month. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy?
Yeah, that's Zen.
I called it.
Yeah, you did. You were right. You were right. All right.
Terrible.
So that's the only reason you didn't go to class. That's pretty. I mean, for you, that's outstanding.
Thank you.
Yeah. How's this class going? Are you gonna get an A?
I should, yeah. He loves this. He loves this podcast. Like our idea when we because we had to turn in a first paper of it and explain. He was like, I think that's a great idea.
What we got, like a
It
94?
is. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we did we got a 94 on the paper. So
Professor.
this guy.
So you have 2 more interviews to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're gonna do the Salisbury one tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe. But I have a dentist appointment at like 10:30 and a haircut at 1. But I'm hoping the dentist my mouth doesn't get messed up. Because I never know. Sometimes I have to like get it numb.
You should just be sitting there on the dentist
Just do it anyway.
I think does Doug Fitz? I don't think he plays there anymore. Stevie texted me and was like, that kid Doug just got removed from the group me.
I don't know. Who knows? Stevie's doing well though. That's all I care.
That's good.
Yeah.
Stevie's a beast.
Yeah.
What about Jay? Where's Jay?
That's a good question. He was taking a class and then he's not taking a class anymore. So I don't know what he's doing.
Trevor hasn't.
Yeah. Those guys are, they're different.
Yeah.
They go into their little like world or they just disappear for a little while, and then they pop up again. But yeah, I would keep on Trevor. And honestly, Jay could come to you guys.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. 50% off. Like, he might like it.
He doesn't need so the issue he keeps running into is he needs this science class. But I don't know. Maybe if he just came there and maybe redshirted this year or something, and took the science. I don't know. You guys this is kind of becoming like Harvard, like 4-year school now.
What?
You're gonna have St. Leo. I sat down all the sophomores. We did our end of fall ball meetings, and they're all like, It's all on all of their lists. Like
Really?
not all of them, but like probably like 80% of them. Yeah.
Like,
Like St. Leo. Yeah. They all keep bringing it up. I'm like, hey, it's a good fit.
it'll be a fucking dog fest out there.
The way that transferring works, well, like it's affordable. It works well with our stuff. So,
yeah.
It's actually like probably a pretty consistently good option. So
yeah, we just need. You ever thinking about leaving Hartford?
No. No.
All right.
Not right now.
We'll stay away from that one.
Hey, is Tuck coming?
Don't ask me. I don't know.
He's still debating. He's taking forever. I know he's looking at Washington College too.
That's what I've been hearing for the last like 8 months. So like,
yeah, I mean that's exact, but that is what he's doing. He's trying to figure out the affordability of it. So, but
well, yeah, our goalie is actually looking really good.
Is he? Okay.
Chase, he's actually looking pretty good.
Is Jed Page there?
Yeah, Jed Page is
Jed Page is still there.
He said he went on a visit.
He did. Yeah, he came. Yeah. That was probably the year. That was probably the fall before COVID, like the fall 2019. He came for a visit.
Chatty.
He looks a lot different than he did, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How so? Well,
the dining. Well,
eating
couple too many Dr. Peppers.
Yeah, he drinks 2 liters of Dr. Pepper every day.
Hey, Dr. Pepper is delicious.
He Instagram DM'd Dr. Pepper and was like, yo, what up, Doc? Can I get an NIL deal? I love you guys.
That's great.
He's funny.
Zan, when are you gonna get your NLI deal or whatever it's called? NIL deal.
I don't know. All these people are emailing me. I'm like, I don't know.
Taz has a NIL deal. Did you see?
Yeah, Taz has had one since like I don't even know.
Yeah, he has like 3 now.
He also is a model for Under Armour.
They're actually talking about getting something for, you know how the schools do like the stores, you know, with player stuff. They're trying to get that here. It hasn't gone through yet, but
really
they're trying to work on that. Onondaga already has it. Actually,
yeah, I remember that.
They already have it.
I would have got that place rich. If they had name on the back of things.
The Zan Man fan club.
Mad baller.
Yes, exactly. The Mad Baller. They got you running. What do you play? What is Zan playing right now? Is he attack or midi? What is he running?
Midi.
I'm a 2-way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a D mid actually.
I stay on defense.
Hell yeah.
I'm low-key a beast on defense.
Yeah, I know.
I love it.
He just barks at the guy with the ball.
I can definitely
barking at him.
How's Dom doing? How's Dom and Bulge doing? Are they doing?
Bulge did really good on the wings in the scrimmages. Like he did really good.
Has Dom gotten his AARP card yet?
What's that?
It's when you're gonna retire.
Nope.
Has he got his doctorate yet?
He's got to go start a family or something. That guy.
Yeah. He's like 30 years old, man. He's your guy's like uncle.
Him and our assistant coach look like they could be brothers. Marino.
Does Dom play close or pull?
Close.
He plays close.
Yeah.
He's not running across the field. He's not.
How's he looking now? Is he looking good?
His knees are giving up on him, but
he's looking pretty good.
That's
solid.
Wait, what did he hurt here? He hurt his
ankle.
That was his ankle, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it was. He like shattered it or something.
Yeah. He was hurt for the whole year until the last game.
Yeah, then he went in the championship.
Yeah.
In double overtime.
I know. We got
all right, Tom, go out there and get it done. Go. Everybody's cramping up. You got to go play now.
Oh yeah, everyone was like,
everyone cramped up.
That's why you should have put me in.
Yeah, we should have, could have. We got. Hey, did you see we're hosting again? We're,
Oh yeah, for the
this
next
year
2
and,
years.
yeah, next year. And the women's is going to be here too.
Okay, I might have to come. You guys got to make it,
Yeah, I think.
and then I'll come, or I'll go if you guys don't make it.
Yeah, I'll be there either way. You know, I'll be working. I'll either be coaching or working the scoreboard, one of the two. But I got to be there. So, all right.
All right.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Thank
Great
you.
to see you.
First,
Nice to meet
first
you, Greg.
episode in the books.
Yeah, man.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
I appreciate you coming on here, man.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah,
anytime.
thanks, Coach.
Anytime you guys need a podcast guy, just let me know.
All right.
I'm your guy.
All right. Thank you.
I'll see you.
Thank you so
Happy
much.
Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. So that was Coach V of Hartford Community College. That's it for this episode. That was pretty
Thanks,
fun.
Phil. Thanks for listening. Stay
Yeah,
tuned.
thank you. Stay tuned.